the West slips away. The Mongol Empire was built on conquest, but by the late 13th century, cracks were spreading through its vast dominion. In the deserts of Central Asia, in the mountains of Tibet, and even within the Mongol family itself, revolts and rivalries began to tear the empire apart. This is the story of how the West slipped away from Kublai Khan's grasp. Chapter 1. Central Asia in Revolt. Central Asia had once been the beating heart of Mongol power. From here, Genghis Khan had launched his conquests. But under Kublai, ruling from far-off China, the region grew restless. In the Chagatai Khanate, based in modern-day Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan, resentment boiled over. Local princes resisted Kublai's authority. Nomadic clans, once loyal to the Great Khan, refused his taxes and tribute. By the 1270s, Central Asia was slipping out of Yuan control. The frontier that had once fueled Mongol expansion was now a frontier of rebellion. Chapter 2. Tibet resists. South of the steppes, the high plateau of Tibet posed its own challenge. Kublai tried to bring the Buddhist monasteries into his orbit, demanding allegiance from powerful spiritual teachers known as lamas. Some complied, seeking protection under the Yuan dynasty. Others resisted. Revolts broke out in the late 13th century. Remote valleys and mountain fortresses became flashpoints of resistance. For Kublai, Tibet was a land too vast, too rugged, and too divided to ever fully control. His armies could march in, but the land would not bend. The plateau remained only half subdued, another fracture line in the empire. Chapter 3. The Golden Horde breaks away. Further west, the Golden Horde, the Mongol Khanate ruling over the steppes of Russia, grew increasingly hostile to Kublai's authority. Ruled by Kublai's distant relative, Khan Nogai, a powerful general who acted as kingmaker across Eastern Europe, Nogai forged his own alliances, interfering in the politics of Hungary, Bulgaria, and Byzantium. The Golden Horde no longer saw Kublai as their overlord. By the 1280s, the unity of the empire was a fiction. The Horde acted as an independent power, a reminder that the empire's western edge could not be bound to China's throne. Chapter 4. The Ilkhanate in crisis. In Persia, the Ilkhanate was ruled by Abaka Khan, and later his brother Ahmad Tekuder. Both were Kublai's kinsmen. But even here, in the empire's wealthy western territories, unity faltered. Tekuder converted to Islam and clashed with Mongol aristocrats who remained tied to older steppe traditions. Civil war erupted within the Ilkhanate. Rival factions appealed to Kublai for support, but he was too far away, too consumed by his wars in Southeast Asia, to intervene effectively. Persia descended into its own cycle of instability, further weakening the bonds of empire. Chapter 5. Fractured. By the 1290s, the Mongol Empire was Mongol in name only. Each Khanate, the Yuan in China, the Chagatai in Central Asia, the Golden Horde in Russia, the Ilkhanate in Persia, followed its own path. Kublai Khan remained the Great Khan in title, but his authority beyond China was fragile, contested, or ignored. The West had slipped away. What Genghis had forged through fire and blood was now fragmenting. But even as Kublai's empire fractured abroad, new threats loomed at home. In the heart of China, famine, unrest, and rebellion were stirring. Join us next time for Episode 11, The Fire Within, Rebellions in China. Like, comment, share, or don't. Thanks for watching.